Hi, this is Ken Lau. In this video, I'll share with you how to create a difference from Pure Smart in Pure Table and Power BI. Some tricks. So let's begin. What is first? I have a table. This is a list of employee salary data. This is a growing, strong retail company where it has oh, by the way, these are fictitious data, right? So there is the last 3 months the salary data in this year, and so I can see that okay, so we have the salary data, so we can just create a pure table to create this. So how do I create this thing? Let's just walk you through, right? So first I convert this into an Excel table by pressing Ctrl T. So once I Ctrl T, and then go to table design. I click summarize with pure table, and then I use existing one. I just go for here just to let you see the changes side by side. Okay, so I have another pure table just next to it. So I always interested in the numbers column. So the overall for the past 3 months salary given is this amount, so I can just make it easier to read. So I can do for number format, numbers, user separators, make it to this. Okay, so it's a millions, right? So now let's look at the months. Okay, let's go to months, right? It will be the reported date. Okay, and then I do not need, I just interested in the month, so report date is not needed. So I have this already, and the reason this and this are different because here I just on the left is a particular cost center's value. So I would like to know at so I need to have this the slicer, the slicer. So I go to the insert slicer and I go for cost center. So I go for 102. You can see that now it is same, right? So now where can I find the variance from the last month, right? So I want to know how much different from the last month. So I can just pull this value salary to the values area again one more time and right click, choose the show value as, and going for difference from. Now different from the last month. So how do I get the latest last month? I choose the previous options in the base item, previous lines. Okay, so click OK, and that's it. I got the same value here. So next I can go to the label here and just change this to variance last month. Next I can also use the based on this pure table. I go to pure table analyze tab and select pure chart. Click OK. So we're almost there, right? And I don't need all this tab, this button here. So I go to pure table analyze and I unselect fill button. Okay, so now it looks like a chart, right? I don't need the grid line either. And I want to have the label right on above, so I right click and I choose the add stable label option. And so the difference, there's a variance, right? So this doesn't represent correctly because that's not really to grow, but you get a chance, you get ideas that it can be represented variance. Okay, so however I want to compare that this month and that month and last month value. So I'll put it, if it's a lot of the months data, right, I wanted to compare just this month and last month. So what I want is like this. Last month is this month. So April we have 83,000, right? Let's look at that, right? Oh, that is because it's 103. Let's look at that. Okay, 83,000, right? And as you can see, this is considered 101, what 83,000. So it's same as this year, 83,000, and this is 89,000, right? So Yeah, this is 89,000. This is 80,000. But I wanted to put it side by side for the month, so compare with last month, so I know that that's previous month salary. So this is where Power BI can make it easily for you, right? So I'll start with this table here, yeah. So I already have this pivot table DAX functions, right? It's called the DATEADD. So let's try another one, yeah. So I would just go to here and I create another new measure, right? It's about the same, right? The measure is like this. So we create a calculate function and the date 8, okay? So let's look at one. So I would just go to here, insert new measure. Let's call it previous month salary. I'll put a 2 because I already created one the other day. So I just go calculate. And then the next is expression. This expression must be another measure, or it's a summary of a column value, right? So I just go for sum. I will just go for the employee salary. Okay. So at this moment, I just press enter, right? It will show you the difference, like. So I will just go for a table. So I insert a table. Okay, and next I want to drag put it just right into this table here. And then I have a dates table, right? So there is a month data. I can just drag it here also. So I can adjust positions, months, okay, 83,000. So yeah, so it's all controlled by a same slicer. So no problem, right? We just create slicer. So let's say I don't have a slicer. Let's just delete this. So it will be this. So let's just create another slicer. So right here, click slicer, and I will drag the cost center right here. Oh, that's a nice. That's nice. Okay, so I tried this out, right? It's a new thing, so it just added. So how do I change back to the previous slicer type? Right, click on this button here, and I go for list. So I have the list, right? So let's just go for 101. Okay, so great. So I have the slicers, and I have this. Now I'm going to, and this is previous month, and I have now if I just drag the salary into this table, it will not allow you to do so. Okay, so unless I have a cell slice. So, okay, so I have these slices, okay, and okay, it does. Okay, so let me just not do this. Okay, so I have the slices right now. I want to go to the spread slices here, and I want to do some changes. Okay, so basically, I want it to show in this previous month, right? I want to show previous month data, right? Exactly. I want to show previous month data. So I just go here and select the period salary item. And right here, there is this, I can put a comma and I put a date at. So I have a date table, right? So I can just go to the date table. So the dates table has a dates column, and based on the dates column, I can use to change that. The negative one means the previous 1 month. If it's negative two, it's previous negative two. That is 2 months ago, right? So this is 1 month, last month. Okay. So now, how do I know it's month? Is set up by the interval. Right? I can just go for month. Now there's also other options. You can see that is you can have the last year data, right? Last year data in the same month, right? But now we don't use that. So just enter this, and yeah, we have the data here. So that is 102, right? Let's go to 101. There is no, let's just compare this. So it seems that the salary column is not really working well, right? So I just want to go for, then let me just uncheck this, then uncheck this salary here, cross it. Okay, so July, June, previous month, look at this one. So there's a year, there's a salary. Oh, there is a salary. There's a year, there's a month. Okay, let's just try again, right? So I want to include also the year. Okay, year, I'll drag it over here. And this is not nice also. Okay, that's month year. Month year. This is whole number. Yeah. Many had changed, yeah. So there is here. So there is a year. Okay. Yeah, there is some changes here that I want to redo it again. So previously I had done it. I did this many years back. Okay, I have this. Okay, it seems like there's a hierarchy options I'm using it. Year and month. Year and month. Okay, let's go back here and change it to year and month. They are not just interacting. Yeah, okay, so if it's a hierarchy, we can get it done. Yeah, yeah. So I will just adjust this whole thing here, and then I will just go for another item. Alright, so I get this done. Okay, so now the rest is finished. It's simple, right? Just copy this table, paste it to the another area, and click on the stack. No, this one. Oh no, this one. By year. Year was beginning. Alright, so there you are, right? If it's in a hierarchy, right, then you have these options there. So yeah, it is about the same here. So how do I get the label there, right? Just select this chart and go to the format axis and then turn on the data label. Okay, so that's how we get that. So that's it. This is the second time I record this video, right, using this. So as you can see that to achieve mastery level, it takes some time to practice. And I'm recording this video just to show you that I also learn from somewhere. You can also learn from somewhere. Yeah, you just get started, and over time your skill in Power BI will be better and better. And of course, you also can make use of, if you don't need to find the previous month data, you just make use of pivot table. You just click there, drag here, and so on, right? So many years ago, I first learned pivot table. I also need to drag here, drag there, make some mistakes, just like how I do now today. I use Power BI, right? I also need to drag here, drag there. Oh, that's not right. But one thing that very different is that Power BI change all the time. pivot table, the number of possible value is already listed here, show value as. So therefore, there is not much room to expand. Okay, as compared to Power BI, you have so many DAX function you can make use of. So today you just exposed to uh, date add function, right? So yes, over here. It's basically this is the DATEADD function, right? So now if you find that it's too long, you can actually press alternate enter and then press a tab key, so it's easier for you to read. Alternate enter, tab key, okay, and same goes for here, alternate tab key. Yeah. So here it says that we want Power BI to calculate the total salary, okay, and then on this column itself, right, we need to apply a filter. So it's not just that current total value. We want something that is the previous month salary data. So we have negative one and month data. So if you want to have previous year data, you just change this to year. But one option is that one thing you need to note is that you need to create a date table. So the date table is just following this data here, right? So we have create variables and call up the DAX function calendar's first date in this list. So the calendar is dynamically generated. It's choose based on the first date. It's quite self-explanatory, right? It's just choosing the first date from the report date in the employee data. So there is a report date. So that means the day that issue the salary, right? That's the date, and then up to today's date. So we created a calendar item. So with that, we want to add a column. So first one is a base table. Okay, with the base table, we can extract the year from the base table, from these dates. Uh, sorry, from this date table. So there's a format called there's a column called date table. So let's just try that, right? Let's say if I do want to have this is let me just copy this there and then go here, go to PBI, right? And maybe I just okay. So now I will use this thing. So it's kind of experimentally, right? Let's go here. Let's just see if I do one all this day, what will happen then? And I press this button here. So basically, as a dates table, yes, let's go here. So when you create using a calendar, in the first day you generated a list of dates. It's starting from the first date in the report data. So with that, we have created some data here, but then there is no, but there's only one column. So how do you go about this using further data? Right? Is that unless there is a power query? No, there is no power query. Okay. Okay, let's say called transform data, right? So from here, you can actually generate further data. Okay, let's go for, there is no data here. So, okay, I just save it first. So there's a lot of explorations that you need to work on it. So, okay, I just go there, mark the date table. So there's a date table. Okay, I'll mark as a date table. Select column, the date column is right here, click OK. Select column we use. Okay, next one is that I'm going to the home tab. Let's see if I can transform the data. Nope, not a chance, right? I don't load this data here, and there's no option for me to go for transform data right from the Power BI desktop. So seems like Power BI is a little bit different from the Power Query in Excel, right? So You might want to do this in the Power Query in Excel. So if I create another month's data, let's come back to here. We're going to add in the return, the add column options, right? Let's just try one of these then. So change the code, change the DAX function, right? Let's come back to here. Okay, so I just change adding this one. And close parentheses. So yeah, earlier you see that there's a date function, so now we use another DAX function add column, right? So let's save this. Okay, let's go over here, right? So now you can see there is a year column added. This by using the add column. So now you get an idea, right? That's a base table. From the base table, we extract the year part. Okay, so we can continue to do the same for the months, for the month number, weekday numbers, format. You can have all of these, right? And finally, there's also a report date here. Alright, so format, yeah. So the report date is according to the format. You can find the end of month for that particular day. So finally I done this. Let's come back over here. Now we have additional all this column here. It's just added. Okay, so is there any change? Let's just change that. Let's see. It's working fine. Yeah, except that we don't have the hierarchy anymore. So in the future video, we'll explore what is hierarchy. So again, right, I am learning together with you, right? This Bring Community Forwards series, right? So see how struggle I am, right? But over time, you can improve. Right? 1% improvement. I may not be showing expertise at the moment, but it will be over time. Yeah. So see you. God bless you.